So in the last lecture, we had finished the unit number 2. Okay, all this topic we had discussed in the last lecture. Clear? And the last topic was that complementary lattices, and we had checked 3 to 4 examples related to the complementary lattice. Clear? So that is unit number 2 concept, and in the mid-sem syllabus. Clear? It will be considered up to the OSET. Clear? Means up to this topic. Clear? Comparable dot stress, and after comparable part, it will be not a part of mid curriculum. Clear? Up to the POSET concept means all the relation, then after equivalence relation, and then after the POSET example. Okay, partially or the set example. And from this unit, okay, remaining 2 unit will be as it is that unit number 6 and unit number 1. Okay, and from unit number 2, it will be up to this topic. Clear? So yeah. All this PDF file is available. All unit ni? Okay, okay. Okay. So as per our last discussions, let's finish the assignment 2 in the lecture session, and then after we'll start unit number 3. Clear? So similar questions that we already discussed in the unit number 2. Clear? That are similar question is that you can also try it. Clear? So let's check one by one. Some of the solution are already given in the PPT. Clear? So that you just complete it. Clear? And rest of questions I will get the hints. Clear? To check the answer. Clear? So first question is that define the relation, means write definition of relation. Binary relation means relation. Okay, there is no any difference. Define the relation on set A and give the example of R. Okay, which is relation on A, and also give an example of R which is not relation on A. Clear? So that is the first topic of the unit number of this definition of relation. Clear? So to write there, yeah, that is the definition of relation. Clear? That is definitions you have to mention, and then after consider 1 and 2. Clear? And check that means find one subset which is a relation on A, and find one subset which is not relation on A. Okay? So write definition first, and then after consider A is equal to 1, 2. Clear? Create A cross A, and then after consider such R which is a subset of A cross A, and consider such R which is not a subset of A cross A, so it is not will be relation. Okay, so that will be solution of question number 1. That is already given in the PPT. Okay, and then after question number 2, define the reflexive relation, symmetric, and transitive with example. Okay, so that is also given in this PPT. Define the reflexive relation, that is definition of reflexive relation. Okay, with example is also given. Then after symmetric, okay, then after antisymmetric with example is that, and as well as the transitive relation. Clear? So that is solution is already given in the PPT. We just repeat it. Okay, means revise it and then after complete. Okay, so that is solution of 2. In the third one, there are some question is given that, and I think 1 or 2 we already finished. Clear? For example, here we check, we write the definition of equivalence relation and check whether okay. So here we check equivalence relation definition. Okay, what is equivalence relation definition? If it is symmetric, reflexive, and transitive, then it is called antisymmetric relation. Okay, so definition is already given in this PPT. Clear? So to write down the definition that, and then after 3 example are given that to check it is equivalence relation or not. Okay, so that is definition of equivalence relation. Okay, and first example was that A less than or equal to B. A less than or equal to B. Clear? Mod B is given that, but it is similar to the B. A less than or equal to B, and check it is equivalence relation or not. So for a reflexive relation, is it correct? A less than or equal to mod A. Is it correct form? A less than or equal to mod A. Okay, for any A it will be correct. If I consider negative A, let us say, okay, minus 2. So minus 2 less than or equal to mod of minus 2. Okay, so it will be defined as a minus 2 less than or equal to 2. So it is correct. Okay, and if I take any positive value, let us say 3 only. Okay, so 3 less than or equal to mod 3 means 3 less than or equal to 3. That is also correct. Why it is correct? Because equality is mentioned. If it is strictly less than, then it is incorrect. Okay, reflexive property will satisfy. Okay, reflexive property will prove कि आपको prove करना है A, A will be the part of relation. Okay, और A, A का relation क्या बनेगा? A less than or equal to mod A, and that is correct for every A from the real line. Okay, domain is given that real line. So reflexive property is a true. Now what about symmetric property? Yes, will it satisfy the symmetric property? Symmetric में आपको प्रूव क्या करना है? अगर AB belongs to R है, ठीक है? Then you have to check for BC belongs to R. You have to check for BA belongs to the R. That is called symmetric property. Okay, अगर AB R में है तो BA भी R के अंदर होना चाहिए. AB R का मतलब क्या हुआ? A less than or equal to mod B है. Okay, that is given. So can we write B less than or equal to mod A? Is it correct? अगर A less than or equal to B है तो is it true that B is also less than or equal to A? A less than or equal to B here. Let us take both are positive number. Okay, 2 less than or equal to mod 3. 2 less than or equal to mod 3. Is it true that 3 less than or equal to mod 2? It is not true. Okay, और आपको सभी ऐसी पेयर के लिए डिफाइन करना है. अगर A less than or equal to B ये आपके पास है means 2 3 belongs to R. तो 3 2 does not belongs to R. Okay, 2 3 R के अंदर है तो 3 2 R के अंदर नहीं. So what does it mean? It is not symmetric. Okay, it is not symmetric here. Therefore, it is not a equivalence relation. Okay, there is no any need to check the transitive property. एक reflexive proof होगा, symmetric नहीं होगा, तो it is not a equivalence relation. Okay, और second और third जो question है, that we already discussed in the PPT. Okay, solution of second question, that is A minus B notation is given that here we use the X and Y notation. Okay, so just replace xy by AB. Clear? A minus B is equal to even number. Clear? That always a equivalence relation. Okay, means it prove the reflexive, it prove the symmetric as well as it prove the transition. Okay, so just consider the solution from this PPT. And the third question was that mod A is equal to mod B. Okay, mod A is equal to mod B. I think that already we discussed. X square is equal to y square, P of A, yeah, that was not given. So let's discuss it. X RB, if and only if mod A is equal to mod B. Clear? Is it a reflexive? That is true. If A comma A belongs to R, for every A belongs to real line. So what does it mean A comma A belongs to R? So mod A is equal to always mod A. Okay, mod A is always mod A, therefore it is reflexive. Okay, it's proof of the reflexive. Then after, let's check for the symmetric. What about symmetric? If AB belongs to R, this implies BA also belongs to R. Okay, so AB belongs to R means mod A is equal to mod B. So this implies mod B is also is equal to mod A. Okay, so उसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि B, A भी R के अंदर है. So that is proof of symmetry. Okay, and now for transitive, if AB and BC belongs to R, okay, AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, तो तो आपको प्रूव करना है कि ए कोमा सी भी आर के अंदर है। ठीक है, आपको प्रूव किया करना है कि ए कोमा सी इज ऑल्सो द पार्ट ऑफ द आर। क्लियर? A comma C is also the part of A comma C is also part of R. So A comma B belongs to R means mod A is equal to mod B. Okay, and mod B is equal to mod C. Okay, A is equal to B, B is equal to C. So easily you can write mod A is equal to mod C. What does it mean? A comma C belongs to the R. Clear? So all the three property verify. So it is called equivalence relation. Is there any confusion in question 3? Okay, so complete it in your assignment book also. And now in question number 4, it is similar to the example given in this PPT. You have to check the reflex example of reflexive means anti-symmetric, not symmetric. Okay. Then after both are symmetric and anti-symmetric. Okay, and neither symmetric nor anti-symmetric. Here the data is given that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and in this question data is given that A, B, C, D. Clear? So define anti-symmetric relation first, and then after consider set A, B, C, D and define such relation which is symmetric but not anti-symmetric. Okay, then after both symmetric and anti-symmetric, and then after neither symmetric nor anti-symmetric. Okay, so A, B, C, D के जगह पे वहाँ पे 1, 2, 3, 4 है. ठीक है, you just replace this value as A, B, C, D in place of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the solution is already given here as answer. Here we consider the relation which is symmetric but not anti-symmetric. So the relation will be 1, 2, 2, 1 and 3, 3. So why it is symmetric and why it is not anti-symmetric? Symmetric क्यों होगा कि 1, 2 के लिए 2, 1 एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है. ओके, और why it is not anti-symmetric? क्योंकि 1, 2 के लिए 2, 1 एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है. ओके, टू से इट इज एंटी-सिमेट्रिक 2, 1 वहां पे एग्जिस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए बट वहां पे एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, देयरफॉर इट इज आंसर. ओके, and then after both symmetric and anti-symmetric. Okay, so there will be unique answer. It is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So in our case, it will be A comma A, B comma B, C comma C, D comma D. Okay, that will be answer for symmetric as well as anti-symmetric. And neither symmetric nor anti-symmetric means you can take A comma B, then after B comma A, and then after A comma D, either B comma D. Okay, C comma D. Let us A comma B, B comma A. But C comma D के लिए D comma C नहीं है, therefore it is not symmetric. And why it is not anti-symmetric? Anti-symmetric क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि A comma B के लिए B comma A exist कर रहा है इसलिए. ठीक है? So that is similar answer. You can easily write down. Okay? So that is question number 4. And then after in question number 5, prove the posset or not. ठीक है? आपको posset prove करना है. Condition है A less than or equal to B. Sorry, A is equal to NB for positive integer n. ओके, ऐसा इक्वेशन हमने ऑलरेडी सोल्व किया है, वहां पे पावर में था. ओके, A is equal to B raised to n. I think something this form will be there. Yeah, A is equal to B raised to n, where n is a positive integer. यहाँ पे जो पावर है वो प्रोडक्ट में है. ठीक है, A is equal to NB and check it is posset or not. ओके, check it is a posset or not. तो यहाँ पे आपको यूज करना है NB. A is equal to NB. ठीक है, same procedure. Okay, no any change, just we use the proper form. Okay, so let's check it. First we'll prove the reflexive. Okay, so A or B की condition हमारे पास है, AB belongs to R if A is equal to NB, where n is the positive integer. Okay, n is the positive integer. So let's prove the reflexive first. The reflexive आपको prove करना है for every A belongs to Z, A comma A should be the part of relation. Okay, that is reflexive condition. A comma A R के अंदर होना चाहिए. So what is meaning of A comma A? That can be write as A is equal to n into A as per our relation. A comma B का relation A is equal to NB, तो A comma A का relation क्या होगा? A is equal to NA. So when we say A is equal to NA, if n is equal to 1 and that is a positive integer, so that exists. If we can consider n is equal to 1, So therefore, we can write A is equal to NA. Okay. So here 1 belongs to the positive integer, means 1 belongs to n, let us say. So we can easily write A is equal to 1 dot A. Okay, A is equal to 1 dot A, means there exists one positive integer where we can consider A is equal to NA, means A is equal to 1A, and that is correct for every such A. Okay, if I take A is equal to 2, then 2 can be write 1 into 2. If I take A is equal to 3, then 3 can be write 1 into 3. If I consider A is equal to minus 5, then minus 5 can be write as a 1 into minus 5. Okay, so that correct for every such number, and that is required to say it is reflexive. Okay, so that is a true. Clear? What does it mean? A comma A belongs to the R, and therefore it is a reflexive. नहीं हमें जीरो लगे तो ये आंसर नहीं मिलेगा ना आपको. आप अगर n इज इक्वल टू सपोज n इज इक्वल टू टेक 2 आप लेते हैं, ठीक है, लेट्स से n इज इक्वल टू 2, तो वी हैव टू नीड a आंसर. a इज इक्वल टू a आंसर वी रिक्वायर. व्हेन वी से a इज इक्वल टू a आंसर, सामने a है आपके पास, ठीक है. तो इफ n इज इक्वल टू 1 देन इट इज पॉसिबल, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो वहां पे वो एक पॉजिटिव इंटीजर एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, इसलिए वो ट्रू है. इफ इट इज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, अगर वो पॉजिटिव इंटीजर एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा होता, देन इट इज नॉट ट्रू. फॉर एग्जांपल, if I modified this condition, okay, if I modified this condition, n means small n except 1, okay, means 1 के अलावा बाकी सब इंटीजर आप यूज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. तो if I use this condition, then it is not reflexive. Okay, then it is not reflexive. We cannot write a is equal to 2 into a, that is true. Okay, a is equal to 2a is not true, a is equal to 3a is also not true, but a is equal to 1 dot a, that is correct. Okay, so that is the form. So that is reflexive. Now symmetric. तो सिमेट्रिकली आपको प्रूव करना है कि ए बी बिलोंग्स टू आर है, तो बी ए भी आर के अंदर होना चाहिए, ठीक है. मीन्स सॉरी, इन कोसेट वी कंसीडर एंटी सिमेट्रिक. क्लियर? एंटी सिमेट्रिक आपको प्रूव करना है, मीन्स ए बी बिलोंग्स टू आर है, तो बी कोमा ए आर के अंदर नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके, दैट इज द केस. बी कोमा ए जो है वो आर के अंदर डिफाइंड नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके, सो लेट्स प्रूव इट. व्हाई इट इज नॉट डिफाइंड? अगर हम बी कोमा ए की फॉर्मूला लेते हैं तो क्या बनेगी बी कोमा ए की फॉर्मूला? ए बी की फॉर्मूला क्या है कि ए इज इक्वल टू एन बी है, ठीक है. तो बी ए अगर मैं रिप्लेस करता हूं तो बी इज इक्वल टू एन कोमा ए फॉर्मूला होगी, ठीक है, वेयर एन शुड बी द पॉजिटिव इंटीजर, ठीक है. तो ऐसे हम फॉर्मूला बनाते हैं इसमें से. ए बी आपके पास है, मींस ए बी बिलोंग्स टू आर है, तो लेट्स क्रिएट बी कोमा ए इज आर और नॉट. Okay, and when we create it, we'll get contradict form, and based on that we can say that BA does not belongs to R. Okay, so let's start with this. AB belongs to R means, let's write down this concept here. Okay, solution is given here. AB belongs to R means A is equal to NB, ठीक है. A is equal to NB, and let's make B as a subject. ओके, तो b की फॉर्मूला क्या बनेगी? b इज इक्वल टू 1 अपन a इंटू बी होगा, सॉरी 1 अपन n इंटू a होगा, ठीक है. वेयर n इज द पॉजिटिव इंटीजर. ओके, n इज द पॉजिटिव इंटीजर, then we can say ab belongs to R. So if n is a positive integer, so 1 upon n is positive integer or not? If n is a positive integer, so can we say 1 upon n is also positive integer? Think again. If n is a positive integer, so can we say 1 upon n is also positive integer? पॉजिटिव आपको नहीं देखना है, ठीक है, इंटीजर देखना है. तो अगर n इंटीजर वैल्यू है तो 1 upon n इंटीजर वैल्यू होगी, दैट नॉट अ ट्रू. ओके, अगर n इज इक्वल टू 5 है तो 1 upon 5 इज नॉट इंटीजर. ओके, इफ n इज इक्वल टू 2 है तो 1/2 इज नॉट इंटीजर. 1/2 मींस 0.5 एंड 0.5 इज नॉट इंटीजर वैल्यू. पूर्णांक संख्या नहीं बने, बरोबर. 1 upon 5 पूर्णांक संख्या नहीं, 1/2 is not perfect value. क्लियर? So if n is positive integer, so 1 upon n. Okay, if small n belongs to the n, so 1 upon n જે છે it does not belongs to n. Okay, 1 upon n it is not part of natural number. अगर n नेचुरल नंबर है तो 1/n इज नॉट नेचुरल नंबर. ओके, सो व्हाट डज इट मीन? यहाँ पे आपने क्या प्रूव किया? b कैन नॉट राइट a positive integer with a. Okay, product of positive integer with a. So what does it mean? b comma a does not belongs to the r. r में कब होगा? अगर 1/n की जगह पे कोई आपको पॉजिटिव इंटीजर मिलता है then it will be in exist. Okay, but यहाँ पे 1/n is not positive integer as per the b comma ab comma b belongs to r. So therefore ab के लिए ba exist नहीं कर रहा है. What does it mean? It is anti-symmetric. Okay, that is a proof of anti-symmetry. And then after transitive, what is the rule of transitive? If AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, then you have to check for A comma C also belongs to R. ठीक है? So AB belongs to R means A is equal to NB. Okay? And BC belongs to R means B is equal to, let us say, any another notation, R, otherwise M dot C. Clear? A is equal to NB. B is equal to M dot C. Okay, where NM means both entry, MN entry will be the part of natural number. Okay, it's both the result you have. AB belongs to R and AC belongs to R. आपको prove क्या करना है? AC also belongs to R. Means you have to check A should be right some integer with C. Okay, A should be right with positive integer with C. Clear? So let's consider A as a subject. Okay, from this both equations, so A is equal to NB, N as it is, and replace value of B, M dot C. Okay, B की value में replace करेंगे. And then after that, consider the constant value combined, means M dot N combined and with the C. Clear? If Mn is natural number, M dot N is also natural number. Okay, Mn अलग अलग બે વેલ્યુ છે જે નેચરલ નંબર છે. તો એનો પ્રોડક્ટ એક નેચરલ વેલ્યુ જ આવશે. એ ક્યારે નેગેટિવ તો નહીં આવે, ક્યારે 1/2 નહીં આવે. ઓકે, કે it is not a integer value નહીં આવે. It is always natural number that. So m dot n, that is also natural number. So we can easily map A is equal to m dot n into C. Okay, m dot n into C. So therefore we can say that A comma C belongs to the R, and therefore it is a transitive, and therefore it is a positive. Okay, you can take the screenshot for the solution. Clear? And then after complete in your book. That is the solution of question number 5. Is there any query? Okay. And now next one, that is also poset example, is that ARB, AB greater than equal to 0. Okay. So is it a poset or not? Clear? So reflexive तो define होगा ही. ठीक है? A comma A means A dot A. Okay. And A dot A means A square. और कोई भी A के लिए एक A square की वैल्यू तो 0 से बड़ी होगी. ठीक है? It is always greater than equal to 0. So what does it mean? It is reflexive. Now for antisymmetric. So is it antisymmetric relation? अगर AB belongs to R है, means A dot B greater than equal to 0. Okay. So it is also true that B dot A is also greater than equal to 0. Okay. AB R के अंदर है तो B R के अंदर ही है. ठीक है? AB belongs to R, then BA is also belongs to R. Okay. So what does it mean? As per the rule of antisymmetric, BA does not belongs to R होना चाहिए. BA R के अंदर नहीं होना चाहिए. But यहाँ पे BA R के अंदर exist कर रहा है. Therefore BA is also belongs means BA belongs to the R here. Therefore it is not a, it is not antisymmetric, and therefore it is not poset. Okay, there is no any need to check the transitive after that. So it is solution of question number 6. Just write two property only, reflexive antisymmetric और antisymmetric नहीं prove हो रहा है. ठीक है? It is not antisymmetric. And then after question number 7, that is already given in the PPT. You just write down it. Definition of chain means a poset. Okay. नहीं, जो भी क्वेश्चन दिया गया है उसमें, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट इज आस्क्ड फॉर इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन, तो प्रूव इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन और नॉट, ओके, तो आपको रिफ्लेक्सिव से स्टार्ट करना है, ठीक है, फर्स्ट वेरीफाई द रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रॉपर्टी। इफ इट इज इनकरेक्ट, सपोज कि रिफ्लेक्सिव इनकरेक्ट है, तो आपको दूसरी चेक करने की जरूरत नहीं है, देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट टू वेरीफाई सिमेट्रिक एंड ट्रांजिस्टर, ठीक है। इफ इट इज अ सिमेट्रिक, ठीक है, रिफ्लेक्स भी हो गया, सिमेट्रिक भी प्रूव हो गया, देन यू टू चेक फॉर ट्रांजिस्टर। अगर ट्रांजिस्टिव नहीं प्रूव हो रहा है, देन इट इज नॉट इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन, ओके। अगर रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रूव हो गया, सिमेट्रिक प्रूव नहीं होता, देन देयर इज नो एनी नीड टू चेक द ट्रांजिस्टर। जहां प्रॉपर्टी प्रूव नहीं हो रही है, वहां से आपको फाइनल कंक्लूजन लिख देना है, ठीक है, इट इज नॉट पोसेट, इज नॉट इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन, ठीक है। सभी चेक करने की जरूरत नहीं, अगर सभी ट्रू है, देन यू टू राइट डाउन ऑल दिस प्रॉपर्टी। अगर कोई एक ट्रू नहीं है, तो बाकी की जो रिमेनिंग कंडीशन है, दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू वेरीफाई। So definition of chain, that is means row set, that is a definition here, and here this example are given, clear, with example. You can also consider this example, that is not a chain, otherwise consider this example, next one, that is a chain, okay. So with example means you have to mention one of the example, okay. So there is question number 7, and then after you have to draw the S diagram for S30, okay, and means define S diagram, and then after draw the S diagram of S30 where A less than or equal to B relation is there, and there is one confusion. Just remove this notation, clear, and just only write D, S30 comma D, clear. That separately mention it that less than or equal to consider divide relation, but it is confusion with our given data. We consider less than or equal to or divide relation, okay. So just change this form, A divide B, clear, means A divide B. S30 include all the positive integer of S30, means 30. So let's check, is it discussed or not. So S18 we had discussed, S72 we discussed, S30 was not given, okay. So let's verify it, it's very easy also, not difficult. P of a subset is already discussed, okay. So S30 means which are the divisor of 30? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, okay, and after 10, 15, 30, okay, these are the divisor. And to create a S diagram, we need first cover element, okay, cover of each entry of S30. So these are the element, and here we'll check cover of the element, okay. So first entry is a 1, okay. So which are the cover element of 1? 2, then after 3, then after 5, okay. 1 divide 2, 1 divide 3, 1 divide 5, okay. And in between 1 and 3 there is no such entry exists which we can consider as a C. Can we consider 6? Because it is easily divisible by 2, okay. 10 is easily divisible by 5, 15 as well as 30 both, okay. So 2, 3, 5 are the cover element of 1. Now next is a 2. 3 and 5 is not possible, okay, because of division rule satisfy nahi kar rahe. So first entry will be the 6. 2 divide 6, okay, and then after next is also 10, okay. That is not part of the C now, because 2 will not satisfy with this both the value. You have only 6 and 10, clear. We cannot take 15 because 2 divide 15 is incorrect, okay, and we cannot take 30 because 30 is easily divisible by 6 as well as 10 both, okay. So 6 and 10 is the answer. Then after for a 3 it will be 6 and 15, okay. 6 and 15 is the answer. Then after for a 5 it will be first is a 10 and then after 15, clear. If you have any confusion, please ask, okay. I just write direct the formula. And next number is the 6, okay. So 6 के लिए एक ही number होगा, that is a 30. क्योंकि 6 divide 10, 6 divide 15 both are incorrect. So there is only one answer is 30. And after 10 के लिए एक ही answer होगा 30, okay. 10 divide 15 incorrect है, 10 divide 30 is correct. और 15 के लिए 30 और 30 के लिए no any such cover element, okay. So these are the cover entry of S30, and then after you have to create it as diagram. So lowest is the 1, so start with the 1 and you have to create the upward orientation diagram, okay. So 2, 3, 5 are the cover element of 1. So connect 2 to 1, 3 to 1 and 5 to 1. Okay. Then after 6, 10, 6, 15, 10, 15 are the cover element of 2, 3, 5. Okay. And 15 is common, 6 is common, 10 is common. Okay. So let's consider 6 is here. There is a 10 and there is a 15. Clear? The place of 6, 10, 15 should be the above comparison to the place of 2, 3, 5. Okay. So 6 and 10 are the cover element of 2. So connect 2, 6 and 2 with 10. 6, 15 are cover element of 3. So connect 6, 3 and 6, 15. Okay. And 10, 15 are cover element of 5. So connect 10, 5 and 5, 15. Okay. And last is a 30. So consider here 30 that, which are the cover element of 6, 10, 15, all these three. So 6 with 30, 10 with 30 and 15 with 30. Okay, that is S diagram of S30 divide relation. Okay. And second question, that is a P of a subset. Okay, where A is equal to ABC. That I think we discussed. Yeah, that is similar one. In place of 1, 2, 3, use the ABC notation. Okay, in place of 1, 2, 3, consider ABC notation. Similar. Okay, same diagram you will get. In place of A, 1 means A, 2 means B, and C means 3. Clear? Same structure, same evaluations you will also get, but 1, 2, 3 की जगह पे आपको यूज करना है ABC notation. Okay, there will be no any change. Is it clear the concept of S diagram? Any confusion? Okay, so complete it. The question number 7, 8. Then after upper bound, list upper bound, lower bound, list greatest lower bound. Okay, that is given already in the PPT. That is GLB, LUB, and with example is also given. Definition of lower bound, greatest lower bound with example, upper bound, list upper bound with example. Okay, so that is solution of question number 9 and 10. Okay. Minimal element means that is lower bound. Okay, that is another word is used, that minimal element means a lower bound. Clear? That is lower bound, and maximal element means upper bound. Clear? Then after greatest lower bound and list upper bound. Okay, there's some, I think, data is missing here. So to check the LB, then after upper bound, GLB and LUB. Okay, the chart data आपको find करना. Lower bound, upper bound, LUB and GLB. So subset is given that 2, 4, 5, 10, 15, 30. Okay, A is a subset of N. A is a subset of N. Okay, and what is the formula of lower bound? Therefore, X belongs to the N. Okay, X belongs to N is called the lower bound of A. Okay, X belongs to N is called the lower bound of A if X are Y for all Y belongs to A. Okay, X are Y for all Y belongs to A. What is the relation is given that less than or equal to. Okay, so X less than or equal to Y for all Y belongs to A. ओके, ऐसी एंट्री आपको एन में से चूज करनी है. ठीक है, तो y मींस ए की सभी एंट्री के साथ मैप हो. ठीक है, सो व्हाट इज अ मिनिमम नंबर मींस पॉसिबल नंबर स्टार्ट विद द 1. ओके, 1 आपका आंसर होगा एज अ लोअर बाउंड बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट टेक नेगेटिव आंसर. It is not a part of n. Okay, we cannot take also 0. It is not a part of n. We can start with the 1. X is equal to 1. Okay, lower bound means minimum value से start करना. So x is equal to 1, 1 less than or equal to y. So y means 2, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. तो सभी के साथ वो मैप होगा. ठीक है, 1 less than 2, 1 less than 4, 1 less than 5, 1 less than 10, 15 and 20. That is the correct. Clear? So first lower bound, that is equal to 1. Okay, first lower bound is equal to 1. Now second, let us take x equal to 2. तो 2 लेस देन और इक्वल टू 2, दैट इज करेक्ट। तो 4 5 6 10 15 के लिए तो करेक्ट ही होगा, ठीक है। 2 लेस देन इक्वल टू 2, फर्स्ट एंट्री ऑफ y इज a 2 दैट, so 2 less than or equal to 2, that is correct because equality is given, okay। so 2 is also lower bound, अगर 2 के लिए करेक्ट है तो 4 5 10 15 20 के लिए तो करेक्ट ही होगा, ठीक है, that is obvious। can I consider 3? is 3 is a lower bound, is 3 is a lower bound, it is not true, why? क्योंकि फर्स्ट एंट्री के लिए इनकरेक्ट है, फर्स्ट एंट्री ऑफ द y is a 2, 3 less than equal to 2, that is incorrect, ठीक है। y की सभी एंट्री के लिए x की जो इमेज है, x की जो वैल्यू है करेक्ट बननी चाहिए, और ऑल y बिलोंग्स टू b, तो एक के लिए नहीं, सभी y की एंट्री के लिए जो आपने x चूज किया है दैट शुड बी सेटिस्फाई द रिलेशन, ओके। और रिलेशन सेटिस्फाई करना चाहिए, इफ इट इज फॉर एनी वैल्यू, इफ इट इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड देन इट इज नॉट लोअर बाउंड। so only two answer you can define, 1 and 2 only, okay। and then after consider GLB, so lowest value in this both answer, that is 1, so greatest lower bound will be the 1, okay। और अपर बाउंड में इससे रिवर्स डेफिनेशन यूज करनी है, इट इज x लेस देन y की जगह आपको क्या यूज करना है, y लेस देन इक्वल टू x, ओके, फॉर ऑल y बिलोंग्स टू a, ऐसा x आपको चूज करना है, ठीक है, तो y की सभी वैल्यू के साथ मैप हो, सेटिस्फाइड हो, ठीक है। so we can start with the 20 because 19 is not answer, okay। if I take a 90, that is also the natural number, x equal to 90, यहाँ पे आपको 90 लेना है और यहाँ पे y की सभी वैल्यू मैप करनी है, इनसे पुट करनी, ठीक है। if I consider when we put a 20 here, so 20 less than equal to 90, that is incorrect, up to the 15 it is correct, okay, but when we replace the 90 sorry 20, therefore it is incorrect, okay। so 19 is not upper bound, so it will be start with the 20, then after 21, then after 22 23 up to the infinity, okay। so that all are the answer, 20 21 22 is all are the answer, and LUB will be the least upper bound, sorry I just put the wrong answer here, that will be 2 here, and least upper bound means 20, okay। greatest lower bound that you have to check, greatest lower bound hoga 2, or least upper bound means minimum smallest value in this lower bound, in the upper bound, that is called the LUB, and that is called the 20, okay। if I change the relation, okay, if I change the relation, for example divide relation, in place of less than or equal to, consider divide relation, so what will be the upper bound, ऐसा कौन सा नंबर है नेचुरल लाइन में, ओके, ऐसा कौन सा x है नेचुरल लाइन में जो 2 से भी डिविजिबल है, 4 से भी डिविजिबल है, 5 से भी डिविजिबल है, 10 15 और 20 सभी से डिविजिबल है, मींस डिविजिबल मींस ऐसा कौन सा x है जो y की सभी वैल्यू से आप डिवाइड कर सकते हो, one will be the means it will be the lower bound, but now you have to check the upper bound now, ओके। ऐसा कौन सा x आप यहाँ पे पुट करोगे, ठीक है, मींस if I consider 40, okay, let's take x equal to 40, is it divisible by 2, that is correct, is it divisible by 4, okay, is it divisible by 5, okay, is it divisible by 10 also, but it's not divisible by 15, okay, और 15 से डिवाइड नहीं होगा, 14 is not divisible by 15, 40 is not divisible by 50, okay, 20 से होगा but 15 से नहीं होगा, what does it mean, 40 is not a upper bound, let's put 60, okay, so 60 will be the perfect answer, clear, it will be divisible by 2 4 5 also, 10 also, 15 also, and 20 also, your first value, okay, then after 120, then after 180, this all are the answer, multiple of 60, okay, so that is for your practice. Now next one, that is for divide lattice or not, S12D. Define. No. When it is asked for upper and lower bound, okay, only upper and lower bound. That is not GLB, LUB we consider. Okay, so we need only one answer. But when we require the GLB and LUB, we need to find all the answer and then after we can check what will be the GLB. Okay, and what will be the LUB. S12D. Okay, that S12D is lattice or not. Okay, S12D means you have to prove lattice is a coset. Okay, S12D is lattice is a coset or not. Means you have to check the GLB of every element of S12 and LUB of every element of S12 is means GCD and LCM of S12. It is a part of S12 or not. Okay. So I think we have discussed this example. That is remaining. S24 is given there. So similar you have to prove the S12. S12 का divisor कौन से होंगे? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Okay, these are the divisor of S12. So to check the GCD of every element of the S12, there are the 6 entries are there. So 6 by 6 means 36 pair will be defined. Okay, यहाँ पे जो 64 बना है, ऐसी इसमें कौन कितनी pair बनेगी? 36. Clear? So you have to check the 36 answer. Clear? And if it is a part of S12 again, then GCD means GLB will be the belongs to the S12. Okay. And similarly for LUB means LCM you have to check for all the pair of the S12. And if it is exists in the S12, then it is a part of lattice as a coset. Okay. So it's very easy. Just try it. If you find any problem, then we'll discuss the solution. Okay. Same for P of a subset. Okay. For 1, 2 के लिए check करना है. So already we have checked for 2, 4, 6. Clear? We have to check the intersection and the union. We prepare the two table during the lecture. Okay. P of A means intersection between every pair and union between every pair. Okay. So आपके पास खाली दो एलिमेंट है. एक ए में कितने एलिमेंट है? Only 2 एलिमेंट. So P of A क्या बनेगा? That is 1 means 5. Then after 1, then after 2, and then after 1, 2 means a capital letter. Okay. So only 4 entry will be there in the P of A. And you have to check the intersection of every pair, okay, and union of every pair of the P of A. Okay, so it's also very easy. Okay, so just write, and it is also the lattice. And then after, prove algebraic system and prove that n GCD LCM is lattice or not. So n GCD LCM we already proved. Okay, that is S30 GCD LCM is given there. S30. So in place of S30, just consider n. Okay, rest of all the data will be as it is. There is no any change, and you cannot find any contradict answer कि इसके लिए prove नहीं होगा. ठीक है? It will be always correct all the property. Just replace S30 की जगह पे n put करना है. ठीक है? All this property will be verified. Absorption law में जहाँ यहाँ पे मैंने S30 लिखा है, आपको यहाँ पे put करना है capital N. ठीक है? All this property will be as it is. No anything. Okay. So that is a proof of this question. Just write down from this PPT, and that is sublattice case. Okay. So it is also very easy to sublattices. Sublattice आपको बताना है. That is a concept of sublattice. 1, 2, 3, 6. I think same data was given. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6 S30 का sublattice है या नहीं? तो हमने already prove कर लिया है. ठीक है? In this lecture. यहाँ पे S24 है, but S30 is also part of 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, S30 is also the superset of 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so that's the same process. You have to prepare it here. Table you have to prepare, and all these answers should be the part of S. Means all these answers should be the part of A again. Okay, and same for the second pair that is given here 1, 3, 6, 50. That is S30 GCD LCM. Okay, इसके लिए भी प्रूव करना है. और we'll get one contradict answer in that case, and that will be the not sublattice. Okay, so ये I think sublattice होगा. First one will be the sublattices, but second one will be not a sublattices. Okay, ये नहीं हो. Yes, what is the problem? हाँ तो ये सब if it is check the commutative property, associative property, and absorption property, then it is called algebraic system. It is lattice's algebraic system. Okay, you have to prove this three property to check lattice algebraic system. And the last one that you already checked during the lecture session, distributive lattices, and prove R minimum maximum is a distributive lattice or not. Okay, R minimum maximum is distributive lattices or not. For minimum maximum case, yeah, this R minimum maximum is distributive lattice or not. Okay, so that's already given. That is distributive lattice. Okay, so that is assignment 2. Complete it. Okay, if you have any doubt in any of the questions, we will discuss the solution in detail. Okay, during the lectures. But I think you can easily solve all the examples. Okay, it's not difficult. Okay, so here we keep up to this in today's lecture. All of you, please write down your